What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, in yesterday's video, we did cash a 2.5x on the plays that I sent out on PrizePicks, which is really nice to see there. We took Jackson Merrill over. He absolutely crushes this line here. And we took Anders Dreyer to go over as well, and he barely hits at 0.5 pass attempts. So this is nice to see that we did hit this here. The rest of the plays, like right here, all of these were setups that could have potentially cashed for us. And you'll see that the esports were actually the things that do not cash for us. Again, as always, Echo, we are long-term thinkers. So just because we missed a couple of esports plays in League of Legends, a couple of Valorant plays in Valorant, does that mean that we're going to stray away from the thing that we've been doing for 2 years, which is betting on esports, betting on correlated, sports together? No, of course not, guys, right? You'll see that in League of Legends, these guys go over together, perfectly normal. And then these guys, honestly, very closely go over together. This guy gets 6, and maybe if he gets 7, then it would have been red. But anyway, guys, we did cash a lot of, or not cash, but we had a lot of setups because of soccer. We took both these guys under on Portland, and then we took both of these guys over on, their name's Defensia or something like that in the Argentinian league, okay? And I want to go over all of these soccer games, right? We have the San Diego team, we have Portland, and we have Defensia, right? And you can already see how the games kind of went based on these guys' lines, right? Even though these plays did miss, it's still really, really important and really a big part of these videos to go over the picks, whether they miss or hit, because again, this one could have easily hit, and you'll see that the soccer play does hit together, and this is the correlation that we run on this channel all the time. We do this in soccer, we do it in esports, and we're going to be doing it in football literally like in this next week probably, right? Because we do have preseason coming up very soon, and then of course when football season's in full swing at the end of August and at the beginning of September, then we're going to be hammering a ton of football entries just like this, okay? So in soccer, first of all, I want to start with the San Diego game. Now, he did hit by 0.5, so you can call it lucky, whatever it is. I honestly think we got unlucky that he got so little passes because they did have a nice amount of possession here. They had 59% possession. Now that I think about it, San Diego was averaging, I think, like 60 to 61% possession in the MLS. So this is honestly probably right about where they should have got. So they do have like 60% possession in this game, causing this guy to just barely go over. Now, again, if they would have only had 55% possession or 50% possession, then they probably would have went under. This guy probably would have went, actually, I know for sure he would have went under. If they would have had 70% possession, then this guy maybe would have had 70 passes, right? And again, the guy that we bet on was right here. The other guy DMPs, and the other guy would have played like right around here. I have no idea why the guy does not participate because he's a big player on this team, and he starts like every game. So I have no idea why these guys DMP or whatnot, but these guys right here, I believe, had over 100 passes. So this guy would have probably hit if he did play. Again, you never know, but he probably would have hit if he does play. But again, we do have a 2.5x. Now, going into this game right here with Portland versus Club America, you do have Portland only having 43% possession, okay? So another good call here. I really liked this call. This was on the VIP. 43% possession, so of course they have less possession than the team that they're facing. So of course what happens is these guys go under together, and they go under together by a nice margin here because they only had 43% possession. So similar thing, if they would have had 59 or 60 or 70% possession, or even 55% possession or whatever it is, these guys probably would have went over together instead of going under together. So of course they go under together. And again, going into League of Legends, I explain League of Legends a lot, but it is based on winning and losing and such, and that's why it's correlated. I don't really want to get too deep into League of Legends today, but this game, which is the third soccer game, and we could even get into this game too, which I'm not going to, but of course, what do you see here? These guys go way over together, so this team right here probably goes over in possession. I didn't even check it, but I can tell you this right now that they had a lot of possession in this game just based on these how many pass attempts they had. Now, if we look at this team, which is Defensia, I have their team pulled up. Actually, I thought I had their team pulled up, but I do not. Let's go ahead and look at the game and how it went. Sorry about that, guys. But this is the game right here. If you look at statistics, well, they had 59% possession in this game, of course, okay? So they do have a lot of possession in this game against Newells right here, and they go over together, right? So this is what happens in soccer. If you have a lot of possession, you're going to go over together. If you do not have much possession, you're going to go under together, right? If we look at the past plays on this channel over the past 3 days, we hit here yesterday. We missed this one by one player, obviously this Danilo guy, and then we did hit this I believe like 2 to 3 days ago for this 5x right here. Again, with both of these guys going and hitting together in correlation. And one thing I do want to shout out is the MLB plays have been super, super on point, okay? So sometimes I don't go over the MLB plays that much just because I feel like it's a pretty simple explanation a lot of times. Like, again, we're looking for guys on a hot streak and we're looking for guys on a hot team right now, okay? And, it really doesn't get more complicated than that. There's a lot of times overcomplicating stuff can lead you astray, right? When you're going into all this advanced analytics and all this advanced statistics, a lot of that can just be fluff. And at the end of the day, we look for correlation and we look for these MLB plays in the same way almost every single day, okay? I told you guys yesterday we were at all-time highs. I updated this yesterday. We're at 233 units so far this year. That is absolutely incredible. That would mean you're up $2,300 this year as a $10 better. I went over this as well. This has been updated maybe like 5 days ago. This number should actually be higher now, I believe. But again, over the past 30 days, we're up about 60 units, 65 units, whatever it is. That would mean you'd be up $600 in the past 30 days, which is incredible, okay? Again, as I was echoing every single video, and I echo it again because this is really the main point, we are going to have ups and downs. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days, right? If you look at yesterday, we got a little bit unlucky, right? We missed this here. We had a lot of setups. We missed some of these players. We had some 3 out of 4s and 2 out of 3s and everything like that. But if you look just one day ago, we had a really great day where we hit an 8.5 and we hit a 3.75, right? And we're going to have everywhere in between great days, bad days, and in the middle days. And again, even yesterday, it wasn't even that bad of a day, right? We hit this, we missed some things. And again, it's Sunday, which is kind of a lesser day for us just because there's not that much going on until the football season starts. Then Sunday is going to be a big day for us, okay? So let's get into the first pick of the day, which is going to be on BETR. Yesterday's player, I forgot who it was, but she does hit in the WNBA, and we're going to take Gray, and we're going to take her over 16.5 points. So this is a really good discount, guys. 20.5 is her line, and she is now discounted down to 16.5. So this is incredible. As I always tell you on BETR and Sleeper, if you guys like Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks, then you're going to love BETR and Sleeper. Why? Because they give out 2 to 3 discounts every day. There's 2 discounts right now on BETR. It's WNBA and MLB. And I'm telling you guys right now, like right before football season, like this is like the low point in sports betting. Like this is the low point in how many games there are going on. Like really the only sports going on right now are MLB, WNBA. I mean, there's soccer, but that always goes on. And BETR and Sleeper still giving out 2 to 3 discounts a day. So just imagine when we're in peak NHL, MLB, NBA, and football season all at once. There's probably going to be like 3 to 4 discounts a day, okay? So get BETR, guys. You get these discounts every day. I cannot tell you a better pick ever than a play like this because, again, it is a WNBA player that's a great player on this team that is discounted down by 4 points. You're never going to find better value than this on any other book that's going to consistently be able to take this. Maybe I'll take it for like a minute and then it'll bump up and it's some like crazy line, but to tell you guys every day, all you need to listen to is to take these discounts every day and you will make money long term. Again, everything I echo is long term thinking. So in a week, will you make money? I have no idea. In a couple days, will you make money? I have no idea. But if you take these bets month after month after month and you be consistent with it, you can make a couple $100 a month betting, okay? And this is super realistic, all right? I'm not telling you guys that you're going to make, tens of thousands of dollars and you guys are going to be millionaires overnight. Like I'm telling you guys, it's a grind sometimes. And this is how you build a bankroll is you just make a couple $100 a month, whether it's $300, $400 a month, you're grinding out on BETR and on Sleeper, and you're just clicking buttons on your phone at the end of the day. So it's really not that difficult. And then we're going to take Flamus, I think is how you say his name. And this is in Counter-Strike. This is on Wednesday morning, so we got to wait a couple of days for this. This is in Counter-Strike 2. He is at 9.5. I love this line at 9.5. So you can get this at 9.5 on PrizePicks or whatever it is. I don't know if it is 9.5 there, but this is a really good line here. 9.5 under for Flamus here, and this is in Counter-Strike, okay? So this is the play of the day on BETR. Before we get into the PrizePicks play, it's going to be an MLB and soccer correlated play. Of course, I'm going to tell you guys to get into my VIP. The best way to do so right now is with KALSHI. KALSHI, all you have to do is put $10 into KALSHI, and you'll get 2 free months of the VIP. Again, text me KALSHI and use my code detective. Okay, so you got to use my code detective. Sign up for KALSHI. It can be a brand new. You have to be a brand new user. Put $10 in, take a $1 trade or more, and you will get 2 free months of the VIP. So this is the best way to get into the VIP. it is pretty much getting into the VIP for 10 bucks. And at the end of the day, you're not losing the money. You're just putting the money into a different app. You're just putting into KALSHI. So you're just taking it from your bank or whatever, putting it into KALSHI, and you're not losing the money. You can take a trade and then you can, win the trade, or you can sell the trade or whatever it is on KALSHI. If you don't know what KALSHI is, you can bet on pretty much anything. So you can bet on politics, you can bet on, or you can trade on, sports, you can trade on, events going on in the world, or different, Academy Awards, or whatever you want to trade on. You can go ahead and do that on KALSHI. Okay, guys. So that is going to be all you have to do is text me the word KALSHI to my number right here on the screen. The other best method is going to be with Sleeper. That's going to be 2 months of the VIP as well. Again, my number is up here on the screen. 2 months of the VIP. The code is paid, and you can sign up for NOVIG as well. NOVIG just this week announced nationwide availability. So if you were in California and you're not able to use NOVIG, now you can. Arizona, I know that was kind of a trouble state. You can use NOVIG now, and you can use my code detective and claim what they got going on NOVIG, which I believe is a free $25 with just a $10 deposit. All right, guys. By the way, on KALSHI, you can get up to $500 by just trading your first 25 bucks. All right. So go ahead and get KALSHI, guys. That is going to be I'm going to have that down in the description, but the best way to do so is just up here on the screen, which is text me KALSHI to my number right here. Okay. So let's get into the play of the day, guys. We do have, of course, MLB hitter fantasy score over, and we do have soccer correlation. All right, so let's get into the MLB hitter fantasy score first, and that is going to be Matt Olson to go over 5.5 hitter fantasy score, guys. Really solid play. He has been on a really nice heater. Now, the one thing that I don't like about this play, which I've echoed in a lot of the other plays that have hit, is that there are a couple of games sprinkled in here where he does nothing, where he gets 0, right? He goes 0 for 4 or whatever, which I do not like, but I can't pass up on the opportunity to take a Braves player, because I personally think the Braves are the best team in the MLB. Okay, so we have a player on a pretty nice hot streak. Like, he's doing very well. He's getting 14, 17, 18 fan scores. So pretty much when he does get hits and when he is on, then he's going to get a lot of points. Okay, when he's going to get a lot of hitter fan score. There are going to be some games where he maybe just goes out there and does nothing. But I really like this line at 5.5. Again, Braves, I personally think the best team in the MLB. So that's a check mark right there. And Matt Olson has been doing very well. Okay, now they're facing the Mets. You'll see that they did play the Mets earlier in the season a couple of times, and he's been a little bit up and down, but I do really like this here at 5.5 and at 6, okay? So go ahead and take this here. Again, really echoing that the Braves are my favorite this year. I think the Braves could go ahead and win the World Series. I haven't put any money down on it, but I don't know. I really like that bet. I feel like everyone right now is on the Dodgers. I feel like people are on the Yankees, maybe, stuff like that, but the Braves, I think, are the best team in the MLB right now, okay? So go ahead and take that for the first pick there. Before I get into the soccer correlated bets, guys, I do want to say, to get all of my plays for 6+ months, I am running a football season pass guarantee. You're going to get all of my bets, no questions asked, for $150. There's also profit guaranteed on top of it. So if you do not profit by the end of football season, if you don't pay this pass back, you will get your money back, okay? Now, I have no doubt in my mind that you will profit from this, right? As I said, you'll probably profit by mid-September, if not even earlier, using all my bets, all right, guys? So go ahead and do that. That's going to be the first link in the description. Again, this football season pass, the past 2 years, has paid dividends on dividends on dividends, all right? In 2024, 2025, I've had guys at 30x, 40, 50x this investment very easily in this pass, all right? Football season is no joke. We've gone up 300 units each and every football season, all right? So go ahead and do that. That is going to be the first link in the description. Now let's get into the soccer play, guys. We have 2 guys on Union, and this is the better team, right? So I'm taking them over together. I really like this goalkeeper line, all right? I do not normally bet on goalkeepers just because they kind of play like a weird role, right? They're here to save the ball, not necessarily pass the ball. As you guys know, all I care about is possession in soccer. So if they have a lot of possession, these guys will go over together. Now, I think this line right here for this guy, Mateus, is way too low at 20.5 as a goalkeeper. There's games where he's getting 30, 35. The thing about goalkeepers is they're normally very consistent, okay? So they're not the most correlated thing ever because, again, they're not like a defender or a midfielder, and they're not normally going to be passing the ball back and forth quite a lot, quite as much as like a midfielder or a defender would. But goalkeepers are normally very consistent, whether it's winning or losing or having a lot of possession or not having a lot of possession. And I think that this guy's line is way too low. I actually think it's kind of an error. I think this guy's line should be all the way up at like 27 or 28, okay? So I think this guy's line is like 7 passes too low, which is a big deal in soccer, okay? 7 passes can be like like a whole 30 minutes you could go and have 7 passes. So this guy's line I really like. It's one of the only goalkeeper lines that I found, that I really, really like. And then again, I think that this Union team is going to have more possession. So as the possession gets higher and higher, right, as you get towards the 55s, the 58s, the 60% possession mark, you're going to have both of these players go over together. If these guys do not have much possession, right, so they get in the 40s, 43, 47, whatever it is, you're going to see these guys probably go under together, okay? Now, again, echoing everything what I said as a goalkeeper, goalkeepers are normally very consistent. So even if these guys have 45, 43% possession, you might still see this guy hit, okay? So I really do like this line. If you want to take this guy and this guy together, I wouldn't recommend it because, again, I recommend betting with correlation. But this is probably my favorite play of the day right here, this goalkeeper to go over, okay? So thank you guys again for watching. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. You guys know where to find me. You can sign up for KALSHI, sign up for Underdog Fantasy, BETR, NOVIG, Rebet, Sleeper, all these apps you guys can sign up for, $10 or less to get into these apps and get 1 to 2 free months of my VIP, and it's really as simple as that. Again, text me, my number's open. I'm here to get you into the VIP, so do not be afraid to text me. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.